Hey everybody.
We have the dopest place on earth this week on ABE Black Business Live. Dope Botanicals. Sisters and owners Nakia and Taahirah open Dope Botanicals in Center City, Philadelphia.
Hey everybody.
This modern herbal and wellness shop specializes in plant-based health and healing. With over 30 years in the lifestyle, practice, and teaching of wellness, Nakia and Taahirah bring you the best of the best herbs, elixirs, tonics, balms, baths, lattes, and everything that is dope. If you're on the run, get a pre-packaged herb. If you're not, go to their bar, their Herbal Bar, and get you a drink made by the sisters themselves. We are excited to have Dope Botanicals on ABE Black Business Live.
Hey everybody.
We have the dopest place on.
Hey everybody, we made it. It's Friday. And I'm ready to swing. We made it to Friday. So listen, you are watching ABE Black Business Live. My name is Mika Johnson. I'm the curator of All Black Everything. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming, right? So let's start. Today's guests are two sisters and owners of a new herbal shop in Center City, Philadelphia, Nakia and Taahirah. Okay, so Dope Botanicals is the name of their shop. They're going to come on and they're going to speak for the first 30 minutes about how they came about this shop. Like, how did they make this shop? How is it working? How is it going? And it's going beautifully, right? The next 30 minutes, they're going to show us their products. And that's the difference between any other show on ABE. We call it show and sell. And that's when we let our highlighted guests show their product or service and we shop it. Meaning like we go to the store. You could go to the store this weekend if you're in the Philadelphia area. If they want to ship certain items, they'll let us know, they'll ship it or whatever like that. But that's the difference. This is our own little ecosystem, ABE, and we make our own economy, okay? So without further ado, I can't wait. Hey everybody, without further ado, I cannot wait to bring on Nakia and Taahirah of Dope Botanicals. We're going to let them on now. Hey everybody, thank y'all so much for tuning in and coming in on a Friday. Hey y'all. Nika. Listen, tell everybody who you are, both of you, and your business, where they can find you, and your website. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Taahirah, I'm Nakia. We are Dope Botanicals, and we are an herbal wellness shop. We're a modern apothecary, so we sell all the stuff to make you feel good.
Okay, now where are you located, and what's the website?
So we're located in Rittenhouse Square, 257 South 20th Street. Our cross streets are actually Rittenhouse and Manning, so you can't miss us. And our website is MyDopeBotanicals.com.
Okay, listen, we're getting right into it because I have so many questions for y'all.
Oh,
listen. Y'all look so dope. Listen, the main thing is, how did you come up with this name? Like, it's so intriguing. It's so like, it makes you want to come.
Yes, it's so funny because our original business name that we had, we thought that everybody would think that we sold coffee, and we don't sell coffee. So, we were kind of in my conference room at the whiteboard trying to figure out, like, well, what is it? And Tina was just like, you know what? We sell Dope Botanicals. And I was like, that's what we do. And then that was the name. So we was like, it's Dope Botanicals. That'll be the name of the business. We make Dope Botanicals. Yeah. And that's just that's how the name came about. Mm-hmm.
Listen,
My Dope Botanicals.
My Dope, okay. The name, when I tell you that, I mean, even if you don't know what you sell, it makes people like, it's like, boom, I want to go to this place. Like, if you see it on a list of Philly best places, anything, it's that name that brings it. But let's talk about how your lifestyle growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how this came about. So let's start. Let's go.
So we're sisters, but we're 13 years apart. So that was always, interesting. And our dad came home one day. Well, before she was born. But our dad came home and he was just like, "Yeah, we don't eat that no more." And he gave me a book and was like, "Read this." And I read the book and it made sense to me. It was a book about vegetarianism. So we tell people all the time we've been plant-based before it was a trend. Before people, wanted to hop on the bandwagon of, "I don't eat this," or "I don't eat that," or "this is good for you," or "this is bad for you." Like, we've been on that for a very long time.
Back before vegan had a real name.
Yeah, before vegan was even a word.
Can you give them like an age, Nakia? Because
I was 10.
Yep.
I was 10 years old. And we just changed our family lifestyle when I was 10. And then 3 years later, my sister was born. So this was all she knew. So a lot of times with a certain type of food or the way you're eating, like herbal medicine and different things come along with it. So that came along with it, and it's always been very intriguing to me, so much to the point where I have a biology degree, and I've always been heavily involved in the sciences. So it was a natural fit because people would ask us all the time, "Oh, why don't you do this for me?" Or "What about this?" Or "What about that?" And we would go, no, we can't. And we started another business where we were doing things like meals, and we realized that there was a void in the market for people to get like plant-based wellness.
Say it one more time, Nakia. Say that one. And when I say it one more time, that's because it's a good point. Okay, so just say it one more time.
So it was a void in the marketplace, like a disconnect, where people could get quote unquote vegan food, but they couldn't get plant-based wellness. And
can you tell them what the difference is?
Well, a lot of the difference is that you could be a trashy vegan. You can eat trash food. You can eat stuff out of box all the time. That doesn't mean that you're really focused on your health and wellness.
Because all your foods could just be processed. Everything from the vegan cheese you eat to the faux meats you eat, they're just highly processed foods. So just because they don't come from animals does not mean you're healthy.
Ooh, say that one more time.
Yeah, so boxed food is a problem for everyone, whether you're vegan or not. So if your food is not coming from nature and it's always out of a box, you have an issue. So that's why food is a heavy focus, because that's like the base of what we do. And then using herbs as medicine, as a way of healing, to bring the body back into balance, to help you, to heal you, to make you feel good.
And understanding that now plant-based has taken on a different meaning. When we say plants, we mean plants. When they say plants, they mean factories.
When they say plants means the people on the USD, the symbols on our food.
That's right. They mean like Beyond Burgers. They mean stuff that was made in a plant. When we say plants, we mean things that come from nature. So we are plant-based, with meaning vegetables, not meaning that it was made in a factory or a laboratory. So plant is now a double entendre. It can mean a lot of different things. It's not just plant.
Yeah, it's literally from a plant, the factory. That's where you food from, not from the earth.
Not from the earth. Now, can I get into this real quick? Your family adapted. I mean, that's the part, because that's the part. Your family adapted. And can you give us like what why do you think it was so natural? The adaptation. Let's go.
I think it was organic, right? Like, it was honestly a journey for all of us and it was support. It was a support system. So nobody was ever alone, like even though you go to school and nobody else eats the way you do, or you go, "No, I don't eat that," or "I can't eat this." And then as time goes on, it evolves even more until you go, "Oh no, I've now eliminated dairy products. I don't eat this, I don't eat that." So it just gets different over time, but it's easier, I think, with a support system, and it's easier when it comes from knowledge. Sometimes people do this and it's because they want to lose weight or they want to do it based off of a fad. Well, that's gonna go away. But if you really do it and live it as a lifestyle, then you have more of a stake into it, and you go, yeah, I can keep up with this because it makes sense to me somehow.
Because it's not a diet.
Right.
Like, it's not a diet. It's a way of life. It's how you approach things. It's a holistic way of how you decide to live. It's not a diet. I think that's the biggest thing of how you can, like, drop things or fall off of it, is because you view it as a diet. And
those things are options to you.
Yes.
So when people say, oh, you don't eat this, you don't eat that, I'm like, no, but I also don't eat pencils, rocks, cardboard, and styrofoam, because that's not food to me. So
that's another show. Look, that's another show.
So that's why, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I view it. What is food to you? You have to quickly come up with your definition of food. What is food? What are
that? No, say that one more time.
What's food? What is it? Come up with a definition of what food is for yourself.
If y'all ain't got no hearts in the comments, I think this first 10 minutes needs some hearts. So wherever you at, if you're in the car, pull over, put some hearts on this thing because they dropping some gems for us tonight. So this lifestyle that y'all lived, when did it click? And y'all getting your heart. When did it click that this is the business? Like, this thing that we've been doing our whole life, like living it. Like, they true to this, not new to this. Understand that. When did it click? Like, we're doing all these other businesses, but this really is the business. Let's go.
I think it was one of those things where, you know, it's alignment, right? So you got to be in time with a thing to happen. And the business was kind of born out of our yoga classes, right? The owner of a yoga studio, he said, if somebody would cook for me, I would do this all the time. And we said, okay. So we started a little meal delivery service. But we knew that we couldn't function doing food, and that really wasn't a calling for us.
Yeah, the meal delivery service grew, and it's a lot of work preparing food all the time. And we also realized that it wasn't just food that people needed help with. Like, it's not
help Tina, say it again.
It wasn't just food that people needed help with. It was more than that. So then
what was the more than that? Oh, come on.
Yeah. It was like, so one of the things we like to say is, like, it's not just what's on your plate with what you're eating, but it's what's on your plate in life. Like, what's going on? So that approach. So then that grew. We became health coaches. Then we started having a micro juicery, and we did juices. And then after that, we sat on the couch one day, and we looked at each other and was like, I'm tired.
Yeah, it's got to be a different way. It's got
to be a different way. So
conceptually, I think that the idea started to grow because we realized that we wanted the experience that we didn't have.
Yeah.
Right?
So if you didn't start, you wouldn't be here.
No.
See,
no.
If you didn't start and go through all those phases, you wouldn't be at Dope Botanicals right now on 20.
No. It started like 5 or 6 years ago, making meals in a yoga studio.
Yeah.
Then pressing juices and delivering meals. Mm-hmm. And then from that, it branched off, and we got different certifications. We did our herbalist studies for formalized training because we believe in, like, getting all your stuff in order.
Right, because we don't practice kitchen sink herbalism, right?
Yes.
This is real clinical herbalism married with community herbalism, and we do it in a way that only we can, you know?
Only y'all can.
Only we can do it like this. I mean, we went to other places, and we would go to other herb stores, and it's like stepping into, like, the Land Before Time, or an old bookshop, or it's not really clean, it's not funky, Ain't no music playing. It's just
Oh,
not an experience that makes you care.
why do you think it's always a stigma to this? That it has to be, I would just say this, dirty backpacker or unclean, or like you said, I love the name. The name opens it up to a whole new era of people that are open now because they were so standoffish to that. Like, okay, if I do this, then I have to be back to Africa. If I do this, then I have to be a dirty backpacker. If I do this, I gotta listen to Erica Badu all day. No, you can listen to whatever you want to, but come with these herbs.
Yes, you can. Word. That's the whole point, right? It's like, that's why it's Dope Botanicals. Now, what we encounter is people go, oh, I thought it was a dispensary, or I thought you sold CBD. Well, we know right away you ain't as cool as you thought you were, or nor are you culturally competent.
Because how you don't know what dope means?
And you're not culturally competent. These are
How do
cultural
you
competent.
not know what dope means?
People don't though. But you think you cool. You think you cool, but you're not. You corny.
So that has been a good one for a good conversation piece for when people say those things to us, and it makes us laugh. But it was the opening up of, we want a place that you can go in, you feel good, anybody can come in.
You could be yourself.
You can be yourself. You don't have to pretend to be this earth mama. You don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to wear drop crotch pants. You don't have to throw your bra out the window to feel like, yes, I'm in the healing.
You don't have to not wear deodorant. No, like, be yourself, come and be fly, be decent. And we open up herbs to people. There's no wind chimes playing in the background. That's just not how we get down.
No.
If you into that, you're welcome too.
Yes, so it's for anybody, from the person who's like, I'm not quite sure, or the person who's like, I know what this is, I'm into this, I'm so happy I have a different experience, or it's just like, I want to be into this, and I finally feel like I'm in a space where I see somebody who I can recognize a bit of myself in, so I can ask questions, because I don't feel like it's judgmental.
Representation.
Yes.
The void that y'all talked about was representation. And I'm not talking about being black. I'm not talking about being a woman. Representation is so many different things, and we always usually put it to race and being a woman, right? No, representation is a look sometimes.
That's right.
A feel sometimes. A style sometimes. So you opening it up, it's like anybody can come in. But what I can tell you is, being from Philly, you know, knowing y'all my whole life, I didn't eat like you, Nakia. You didn't eat like me. We wasn't the same religion or nothing. And we still friends today.
Yeah.
Right? So what she's saying is that anybody can come. It doesn't matter. You always been like that your whole life.
Yes. And it's a judgment-free zone. We don't judge you, but we will tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But we're not going to judge you on that.
Right.
So this is not, we've been to those places, and it never felt good to us. No. That it felt like you had to maybe fit in with a certain sect. Or even if you didn't look a certain way, people assumed something about you.
Or that you didn't really know this.
Right.
Or you can't be that much into this because you will look this way.
Yeah.
Like, so some of the biggest compliments that really warm my heart is when people feel like, I just felt welcome. I wasn't judged when I came in.
Yeah.
And it was so approachable. And we really, truly appreciate that, because I'll walk in a place and I know what this stuff is.
Yeah.
But because I'm not looking the part, somebody might think I don't know what I'm looking for.
You know it better, child. Please don't get me started.
I know it. I mean, what did Andre 3000 say all them years ago? You got natural hair and a processed mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
That don't mean that somebody that you've been put on, or that you know this, or you know that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't wear a bra today. That don't make you thorough or herbal knowledge. That's not how this works.
That's not how it works.
It's not how it works.
It's so interesting. Like, when I saw, I said, this is it. Like, this is what we need. Like you said, it's community herbal too. Like, it's what we need. it's the timing is correct. Like the timing couldn't be more right? Everybody's coming back out. Everybody wants to be healthier because we just do, because we know what we just went through, right? So everybody is in this really good mindset. Stores are opening back up. Like you're doing your storefront, and if you're in a prime location, let's talk about this. How did you find this location? How did you know that was the location? Because I know you probably looked at a million locations.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We have been looking for space. Like from the moment this started, like 5 years ago, we had been looking for space. We had been to every neighborhood in Philly. We had oh my God. We kissed a lot of frogs. Right before all of the pandemic happened, we were this close to signing a lease somewhere else. But it didn't work out because it was something in the basement with an issue. And then the shutdown happened. So we were like, oh man, we put a deposit down.
I put a deposit and everything. We can't get it back.
But we couldn't get it back. And it was just like, well, I guess that worked out. Yeah. The world is like down and out right now.
Yeah. So it was paramount for us to find the right location that we felt comfortable in. And so many times things were offered to us from developers or people, but the location wasn't quite right, or the amount of money we would have to put into it just didn't quite make sense. So patience was a virtue. We waited.
Yeah.
We waited.
We got lots of
hard
offers. It was hard, and sometimes we thought,
our time passed.
Yeah, did we miss it? Like, should we have said yes to that? Or like we'd be like, oh man, dang, did we blow that one? Were we too cautious? But if we weren't, because every time when time went by, we were like, see, that space still empty. See, that business didn't stay there very long. So then this location, the person who had this spot before us, she had 3 other locations, and they were prime places. And we were like, wow, they were getting snatched up because she decided to close her business for other reasons right before the pandemic.
Okay.
And so these spots were getting snatched up. And then Nene was like, you want to call? You want to call about this one? We were like, okay, let's go see. When we drove up, we got a parking spot right across the street. And you know it's downtown, so we were like, oh, it's a sign.
Right.
It must be a sign. We got to park across the street. Prime parking. So then we walked in, we met Deborah Solo, and we walked in, we were like, this is it. This makes sense.
It was it.
We just knew, and we were like, this is the one. This is the one, This is the one.
And we never felt like that about any place. But in full transparency, let me back up a couple of steps. There's always something that kicks you off of your seat. Yes. It's something that puts the fire even more in your belly. And that thing for us was, we thought that we would go in on a business venture with somebody else, and he tried to play us.
Yeah.
And well, that's how we felt.
Right.
So I told her, and business ain't new to me. I've been creating my own paycheck for the last 20 years. So I know I know what it means to run a large scale business that makes money. And we didn't really appreciate that. And I said, listen, Teeter, I said, we gonna do this. I said, somebody really think that they was gonna get over like that? I said, no, watch. I said, watch what we do. And then it was like every piece started to line up, because what really happened was, the key part of anything before you endeavor in it is making a decision, making up your mind, and sticking with it. And I feel like once we made up our mind and we were like, this is it. This is the idea. It is solidified, and we put it out there. Then the universe is going to conspire for us to be great. And it happened just like that. So that's how the parking space happened. Yeah. That's how we walked in here and saw it. We did not think that we would be in Rittenhouse.
No.
We didn't think that. But we were like, this is it. And we said, why? People ask us, why are you there? We say, why not? Why not? So here we are. And it was just like everything really did conspire for our good.
Let's talk about this. this we have questions, and need, if y'all not getting some gems, I need y'all to put some hearts in the chat right now. You are watching ABE Black Business Live. We have sisters and owners of Dope Botanicals, Nakia and Taahirah, and they are dropping so many gems. We have so much. I have so many other questions to ask, and I know it's 9:25, y'all. This is an organic show, though, so let's go. So everybody's interested. They just throwing up hearts. Listen, so let's go. When people look at you and hear your voice and see your softness, your beautifulness, your light eyes, all of these things, they think that you don't. They under the expectation is not where it needs to be. Let's talk about how Mr. Stiff had a business. Let's talk about how he brought this lifestyle to his family that is now the reason why you have Dope Botanicals, you know all these things, and that you know how to run a what? 7-figure, 8-figure business by yourself. Let's go.
So yeah, I run another business. So we have a family-owned business, and it's a second generation family-owned business. And I've been doing that really since I came home from college. It's not where I thought my life would have gone, but I tell everybody all the time, I feel like I run everything through the scientific method, right? You got your control, and you just keep experimenting until you get your desired result. And that's what I was able to do. That is a very male-dominated business. People underestimate me all the time because it's in law enforcement. And I'm not the person they expect to see. But I'm the person they're going to get. So I bring myself to every meeting. I don't change myself. I don't make myself harder. I don't wear traditional business clothes. I don't change my black scent. I speak the way I speak, and you're going to get this. Because that doesn't have anything to do with the qualifications that I had. So once I do the work I do, it's fine. You know, and people, because it's not me, it's you. You got to get over yourself. We don't have anything to do with that. So, but because of that, being successful in another business is what allowed us to take our time to with this business. Because it's something my business coach told me, you never know how somebody is capitalized. So, you know, we were grateful to have the capital to be able to bring something like this to life. And even if you don't, you still gotta prayer, meditation, intention, all those things are real to get stuff lining up for you. So we were able to create, sometimes, you know, you got to build an airplane and fly it at the same time.
Woo, baby.
So we were able to really sometimes pull things out of thin air. We've never done this before, but what you got to know what you know. And you just keep going and you stick to it. And once you make up your mind, that's it. Can't nobody stop you. Yeah,
Go ahead.
It's the fire to get under you. Touching back on the point, when that incident happened where we were like, oh snap, somebody trying to play us, like we know more than this.
We had to remember who we were.
And sometimes you have to remember who you are and say, I'm capable of doing this by myself.
In fact, I've done 20 times that by myself.
So it was really like that don't believe me, just watch moment. So that real like that, and sometimes you get the fire under you and the fire in your belly to just go out there and do that. Because we're not people who just like be like, ooh, yeah, in there and get face.
We're very much introverted.
We're very much introverted.
But humility don't pay.
But it doesn't.
Humility don't pay.
And nobody will know what you know unless you tell them what you know.
And we had to learn that the hard way.
We did.
Sometimes you think like, well, you know, I'm going to keep it to myself and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You do have to keep things close to the vest. But when you know something, you better be Kanye crazy to make it happen.
And share. And keep talking about it. And be willing to put yourself out there, even if you don't feel comfortable. And just like keep saying it and speaking it into existence. And it'll happen.
Because so much
right?
Listen, if y'all see these hearts, go, Nakia, keep going.
So this is spiritual stuff. It's not fly by night. It's not something that white folks created. It's not that. This is very spiritual stuff. When you have an idea, when you have a thing, the reality is the idea is going to come to fruition and make itself manifest no matter what.
Whether you do it
or somebody else does it, because the universe is requiring, God is requiring for it to be made manifest in this time, space, reality. So if that's the case, then you just gotta do it.
Yeah, so you do it or you watch somebody else, yes, and be hurt.
And don't get caught into perfectionism, because that'll kill you. Perfectionism will kill you, thinking that you gotta wait until it's perfect. We knew that we wanted it to be professional, even if it wouldn't be perfect. Like right now, we don't have our online experience crafted just yet. So that's something that we're working on. But when it comes, it's going to be in a way that we can scale the business, that we can live with, and something that makes sense, that gives people a great experience.
Yes.
So when you know what you know, journal it, write it, and go out and do it. Do it.
Listen, this is amazing. I just want to tell you what they're saying in the chat. Good evening, ladies. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. Have to make my way down. Help and support. Hi, is your website running yet? Have issues trying to shop on it? Thank you. I told them not yet, but we'll talk. She said, yeah, she's not from here, from the location, but that was one of my questions. Before, okay, so at 9:30 we usually transition, but this is too hot to handle, too cold, honey. Give us some herbs that we should be taking every day. Like give us some, okay. So you have, I hope I'm saying the word right, municipal stuff, and then you'll have herbs.
Yeah.
See how I said municipal stuff? And then like, that's what I'm saying. So, y'all have municipal and then y'all have herbs. Can you give us like just regular woman and man, just herbs that we should be taking every day? Let's go.
So herbs you can take every day that are wonderful for you. Nature even shows you that you should take them every day because they grow in abundance. So things like dandelion, nettles, moringa, those are called tonic herbs. And you think alfalfa. Those herbs, you think about dandelions, right? Everybody just thinks they're weeds and you whack them and you put all the pesticides on them. They are wonderful for you. You can eat dandelion greens. You dry the leaves. You drink dandelion tea. They are dandelion roots. Like, they are so high and so much nutrition, right? And they're always available.
The mineral content
is so high and they're always available.
And that's why they grow everywhere, because they're trying to tell you that you can have it in abundance. There are some herbs that don't grow everywhere all the time. That shows us that in nature, this herb is not around all the time. So we either need to have it seasonally or we need to have it with a little bit of caution. But to your point, the tonic herbs are the herbs that we need. These are the herbs that are high in minerals. These are the herbs that are high in vitamins. Alfalfa is fantastic. Cows eat alfalfa all day long, and that's why you get calcium from it. It's not the cow that gives you the calcium, it's the alfalfa that the cow eats. So if you want to go to the source, drink some alfalfa tea. Make alfalfa infusions. These things are very important into our everyday life. And to touch back on the point, like about our dad, one of the things that we realized, and the reason why we knew that we had to do this herbally, is because, to your point about what's on your plate, our dad lived a very stressful life. He was out there in the community doing stuff for everybody and everything.
Always doing activism, employing people, and stress.
But what about him?
Yes, and he didn't take care of himself. Even though you think you knew what to do, but you still didn't take care of yourself.
Can I say something? So sometimes in life, like your dad was both our dads. How about that? Your dad was a pivotal man in my life, right? And sometimes I think, this is me, that people's purpose in life is to be selfless. And
That's true.
your dad protected us and was selfless. And when that is your path in life, sometimes it is like, you know, but he gave y'all. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, to me, this is just me, I don't want to cry. It's like some people, they don't do their path.
That's
And
right.
they know it. They know it. They know it's the path. Your dad did his path. You get what I'm
That's
trying to
true.
say? So when you say that stress and all of that stuff, can I say something? It's less stress on y'all because he wasn't, like you said, second generation. Now y'all third generation, it's gonna be less stress because they're gonna know how to do it from your dad, from y'all. That's how it go. But I ain't had nobody that ran a business. Your dad was my motto, like somebody that was self-employed. I never seen that before. A lot of people to this day, like, we're starting businesses, but you don't have a lineage of business. Y'all have a lineage of business. And it's beautiful.
No,
It's so beautiful. It's
yes,
beautiful. It's beautiful.
it's real. You know, it's interesting because it goes back to, you gotta respect it, because I know that as an ancestor, our dad does far more for us now than he ever could with his earth suit on. You know, so sometimes we just marvel. It's like, dang, like a way gets made. Yeah. So you better light a white candle and have a bowl of water and give some respect to your ancestors.
Say it again.
Sometimes it's the ancestors that you don't know. It's old stuff. And you go, how do I know how to do that? How do I know how to do this? It's in your blood. It is there. It's for you. But it's our job to reach out, to turn it on, respect it, pay homage to it, and feed the people who fed us. So we do that by creating businesses or doing really good work, being honest, being truthful in our actions, in our words, in our deeds, always waking up and doing the very best that we can. So our ancestral remembrance for our dad, for our grandfather, for our great-grandmother, you know, people who we have a long lineage of business of farm ownership before it was cool, acres and acres of farms. So these are real things for us. So we're able to tap onto that. And even if you don't know, in your immediate circle, it's there somewhere. It's there. But you have to ask for it. And tell those ancestors who are pleasing to us, who mean us all the best, to guide us. And I think it always works out for our good.
I mean, it's this conversation is just like, I mean, I knew it was going to be dynamite. And okay, so can I ask you something? This is from in the comments. Steve, thank you for all amazing ladies. Love your shop. Love them. So true. Listen, so when you come in the shop, these herbs, these medicinal, when you talk about the dandelion, we talk about that. Are they pills? What are they? How do you do it? Do you have, okay, we are used to having pills or liquid vitamins, right? Like that's, you go to CVS, that's what you're used to. Do you have both? Can you like bring somebody in, like, you know, gradually? Like, how is it when you go in here?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, let's
So
go.
we sell herbs 3 different ways: liquids, powders, and cut herbs. So cut herbs are your teas, right? So like this is our defense tea, and it's wonderful for the immune system. It has rosehip, hibiscus, lemongrass, lemon balm, which is a powerful antiviral, and ginger, right? So this is a cut herb. This is a tea we have mixed. Then we also sell our herbs in the powdered form. Right here, our good green, right? So good green is our blend of
moringa, barley grass, wheatgrass juice, ginger, alfalfa. So this is wonderful for every day. Like we talked about, it contains a lot of the tonic herbs. So it's high in all of the wonderful, minerals, nutrients. You can make an instant green juice out of this. You can add this to your smoothie. Take it every day. Nourish your body. Nobody's eating enough greens.
So, Taahirah,
Yeah.
that one, put that up again. So that one is what is called again?
Good green, and it's a powder.
A powder. So the first thing she put the first, can you put them right next to each other?
Mm-hmm.
So the first one, the defense, is like a tea.
Yes.
So if you have a tea, one of those tea kettles that you could like put the tea in, right? One of those, right? What's it called?
Like a baller or infuser. So the thing with defense, like here's another tea. So defense has some of the woodier herbs. If you can see it, they look a little thick and like rough, right?
Yes.
So with woody herbs like roots, barks, and berries, you have to boil them. So for defense, you would add, we have the instructions, a tablespoon of defense to 8 ounces of water. You will put it in like a little saucepan, bring it up to a boil, simmer it for 15 minutes, then strain it. That's how you extract all of the properties out of your woody herb, the roots, barks, and berries. Because just getting those wet and preparing them like a regular tisane tea, you're not extracting the properties. So
thank you so much, Taahirah. Thank you so much. So that is a tea form. Now, what we are used to is this next form, your greens, the good greens. We are used to a powder form, right?
Yes.
Instead of like putting it in a smoothie.
Yeah. Add it to your water. Add it to a lemonade with a good sweetener, not a refined sugar.
I love a lemonade.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, and then you have like an instant green juice. So we don't sell any pills because we believe in your herbs having high bioavailability. And when herbs are in capsules, they're slowly released. Sometimes they just sit in your body. And we want you to see your herbs as nutrition, right? So seeing them as nutrition and not as just another pill or like another supplement in your cabinet, we really want you to get involved in them. Take them intentionally. Use them every day. Set a ritual and a holistic practice around taking care of yourself.
And we also have a herb wall, which you can't see in the video, but we have an herb wall where we have over 70 herbs that we sell by the ounce.
Yes.
So if you look on their website, their opening website, and on our commercial for this show, that is what she's talking about.
Yes.
That is what Nakia is talking about, where you buy from the ounce.
Yeah.
When you
So
buy
all of our products, and that was one of the things too that we knew we had to have was space, right? We knew that we wanted a certified commercial kitchen. That was super important to us. So when you come in here, we are on the up and up. We mix everything, we sift everything, we blend everything, we tincture everything, we infuse everything on site. So these are actually our formulas. There are herbs. So everything that you get here, like when you talk about like these liquids.
Yeah, so the last form we sell herbs in are liquids. So right here you have Old
the
E.
and these names. That's why it's called Dope Botanicals. When I said, look at this Old E.
Yes.
Same thing. Let's talk about it. Go ahead.
Yes, so Old E is our elderberry elixir. Old E, we say a teaspoon a day, keep the cooties away. It has astragalus in it, elderflower, cinnamon, ginger. It's tincture. And elderberries. It's a double extracted elixir. Part of doing this, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to even get one part done because we extract the herbs in cane spirits, right? Oh, someone said love bomb. Love bomb.
Yeah, we
Love bomb. Oh my God. Love bomb is following. Yeah, so that's another one. Love bomb is not on the shelf right now because we're sold out, and it's going to take another.
What is Love Bomb though?
So Love Bomb is our feel-good formula. It's anti-anxiety. It has the herbs that are known for the aphrodisiac properties by making you feel good, reducing stress, just having you feel like nice and wonderful. Yes. That's the Love Bomb, and it also reduces stress and stuff. Yes. And so we like Love Bomb shots. Yes. People, we didn't know that Love Bomb would make everybody feel so good. Oh, I see that. Yes, everything in here is organic or wild crafted. Yeah. We don't play those games because, and you should always make sure that the herbs you purchase or even your spices are organic. Ooh. What do it mean for you to have all this high quality produce and then sprinkle pesticides on it? What does it mean for the tea that you steep to have pesticides in your cup? So not only is everything here organic or wild crafted, everything, we don't use any refined sugars. So we have an herbal bar too. So we have hot herbal lattes. We don't do anything with coffee. And we also have smoothies, which feature the powders. And then we also have the herbal extracts, right? So these are the herbal extracts, so we can see. There we go. This is our lifted formula. It contains tulsi, eleuthero, rhodiola, so it gives you energy, right? But energy in terms of concentration, focus. It helps with brain fog. And we say you could keep this in your purse. You could do a dropper full under your tongue. You could put it in some water, put it in your morning beverage. Because the name of the game is to feel good and to be able to sustain feeling good throughout the day, taking care of yourself. So we give, like, you know, a variety of ways you can incorporate this into your wellness routine.
I mean, your customers are in here. Your dope squad, the dope squad is in here. I love Lifted. Yes, love Lifted. That Don't Fret Baby had the body so relaxed. Is Don't Fret a liquid? What is Don't Fret?
Don't Fret is actually a tea.
We just released this one.
Yes, Don't Fret, we just released. It's our anti-anxiety formula to help the nerves feel good, to relax you. You know, life can have you just like in a ball of nerves, and it can really get to you. So we had that as anti-anxiety and as a support to your nervous system.
And we tell people all the time to get into, like, sometimes people come and they tell us, like, oh, I saw somebody say not coffee. Yes, a not coffee fan. It's so funny because people will think that tea is not a pump.
No.
Okay? Tea is not some little pump beverage to be played with. So you must remember, and we say this probably 500 times a day, water is the universal solvent. Water is.
Water extracts
everything from an herb. Now, you are 3/4 water, your body. So you have to have water. Herbs need water. So when we extract in water through a tisane preparation, through a decoction, through a hot or cold infusion, we are really working to pull out all the medicinal properties of the herb. So often people go to stores or places and they come home with a bundle of stuff. And people come here and tell us they don't know how to use it, or they don't know what to do, or maybe it didn't do what it was supposed to do. So preparation is everything. So even our extraction mediums of the cane spirits that we use, when we extract an alcohol, we go and we make sure we extract in 100% organic cane spirits. So even our extraction process is organic. And those things are very important. So these are high quality herbal remedies, high quality botanicals that you're getting. We source from Maine to Washington State. We work with small farmers. We make sure that the mushrooms that we get, we have medicinal mushrooms, which we have.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because on your site right now, on your Instagram, it's like they're back in. So y'all are sellout queens. Like, I had a show called The Sellout Queens. Y'all are the sellout queens. So this is one of them, right? This is one of them.
So this is chaga. So we source all our mushrooms from a small farm in Washington State. And the reason why we source organic mushrooms and they're not wild crafted, which means someone picked them out of nature, is because we want to also engage in some sustainability practices. Nature provides these things, but once they get hot or they become the it factor or the new trend in wellness, people will rake the from high quality sources and organic farm raising. They're so high quality. The farm gets them lab tested, and they're wonderful. They have all the beta glucans and all the great stuff that you get out of medicinal mushrooms, but you're not raiding the earth to get them.
So are you talking about like I seen on like 60 Minutes or something, these refrigerator things that are like restaurants are using to house the mushrooms when they get them, so it doesn't. Are you talking about that?
So like mushrooms are really in vogue right now, right?
Right.
Even things that you can make with mushrooms. And I tell people, we practice many modalities, and herbalism is one of them. But one of the things that, like in Reiki, you talk a lot about the fascia of the body and releasing the fascia. Well, to me, I have come to look at mycelium, which is the intense root system, or the blanket, if you will, that fungi lay into the earth as the earth's fascia. So mushrooms have a very, very interesting history, and they've been here a long time. So we've done a lot of studying with different mycologists and really finding out the mushrooms that we felt like would work or what was really good in the body. So you'll see a lot of mushrooms now, but you have to be careful because all mushrooms are not created equal. So the mushrooms that we source are the actual fruiting body of the really great results with a lot of things with mushrooms, and we love that when our customers come back and they tell us that something has worked for them. That means everything. So the mushrooms we have right now are chaga, turkey tail, lion's mane, reishi, blaze eye, and mesnia.
Now, is that a powder?
Yes, those are powders. So the mushrooms are powders. You can add them into your morning beverage, soup. You can add them into soup. We say don't forget, you can make them savory. It's okay. You got a bowl of delicious vegetable soup. Add a teaspoon of your medicinal mushrooms in there.
You making me hungry.
Yeah. It'll be delicious. You don't just have to add them into a beverage, right? So you can get all the medicinal benefits by taking them, but incorporating them into the various ways that you eat and consume.
So when people say medicinal now, because of the world that we in, they always think of weed and CBD and different things like that. Yeah. Which that's not it is, right? So used correctly, right? But when they are saying that means it has healing powers. Yeah. You have a lot of healing powers in not only in your store but in y'all.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean? This has probably helped or healed so many people just y'all being on here for about 40 minutes. I do have to ask, would you mail anything? Can the viewers buy the lion's mane? Would you mail it to them? Can they DM you to order? Because there's a lot of people in the chat that really want to purchase. And then I want to do some pricing with y'all. Okay. Your mushrooms, the mushroom section, because you gave about, I think, 5. Are they all the same?
So
are they all the same price?
Yes. So mushrooms from 43 to 45. Okay. That's what the mushrooms range from. Okay. For mushrooms, teas range from 15 to 20, depending on what tea it is. And powders range from 32 to 36. Yeah. I'm looking at the yes. And then the liquids range from 25 to 32.
And then y'all have these other amazing things. Y'all have sage, different sages.
Yeah, we do. So we're working on growing our little botanica section. We work with a cement artist who created some Palo Santo matches for us. They became really popular, and we sold out of those. Yes,
sell out queens. Sell out queens.
They'll be back next week. Yeah, I just talked to her today. They'll be back next week.
How about the dope cups? Did she make the dope cups?
Yes, she does those.
So fly. How about the chocolates? What's in the chocolate? Because my girl chocolate. Nakia, baby, that's what's the
Yeah.
chocolate? Who makes the chocolate? Let's go.
So the chocolate alchemist here. So here's one of his drinking chocolates. So he does direct trade to source the beans
From everywhere.
From
Congo to the Dominican Republic.
Yes, and he sources the beans through direct trade. He doesn't add any refined sugars, so it will only be like maple, coconut sugar, unrefined cane, which is like panela or jaggery, depending on like where you're from is what you call it. And it is phenomenal. Cacao is a wonderful superfood, right? It is high in magnesium, it's high in zinc, it's antioxidants, it's a natural mood booster. It does contain caffeine, so it will give you a pick-me-up when you're feeling low. Cacao is a wonderful food to incorporate into your daily like wellness practice because it's not a Hershey bar. Right. It's a food. Yeah.
It's a food. It's a food.
food.
Now I saw the chocolate. So that chocolate you said it's like a jerky?
No, this one is a drinking chocolate. So this is one you could do to make a really decadent hot chocolate.
Ooh.
We have one bar left in the building.
Yes. Fellow queen.
Yes. We have to call them to get some more chocolate bars. We have one bar left, but the drinking chocolates are also phenomenal. So mushrooms,
you feel so good.
It feels so good. Like mushrooms and chocolate also go really well together. Like if you
Shut
guys
up. How would somebody know that?
So we have this product too that's become a favorite. It's called Shrine. So Shrine is a really good entry point for a lot of people who've never done mushrooms before and are looking for a way for enjoyable herbalism. So Shrine has a 7 mushroom blend. It also has cacao in it. It has coconut cream and some mesquite. So it's blended together and people love Shrine. Shrine is fantastic. It's very delicious. So it's a great thing to try. We only have a couple jars left, but it'll probably be making an appearance again next week. So we're working on our production because
let's talk about production.
To be quite honest with you, we had no idea what kind of reception we were going to get.
Yeah,
so it's just been so amazing that people love the products and they want to learn and work with them. So we are going to start doing some workshops, very small workshops for people to learn more. We're going to dive deep into some herbs how can you build your own herbal closet or herbal medicine cabinet? Because these are some things you need to have in the home, right? Like if you have children, do you know how to break a fever? Do you know how to do that with just plants? There's ways to do it. When we grew up, if you had a fever, you got to slice onions and put them in your socks.
Yeah.
And that's how you break a fever, right? We have herbs like linden that are fantastic for that. So we need these things in our homes. And now you watch what happened with the pandemic and the government being able to shut down and control your life. Like, how do we know what food is? How do we know what to trust? So we definitely need to work on that.
So bestsellers. I mean, y'all the sellout queens. Sellout queens. But what's your bestsellers? Let's go from powder, tea, liquid, and we ain't even get to your juices and your juice refrigerator.
Yeah.
We ain't even go there yet. Like,
I don't really know what the best sellers are because it changes every day.
It does change, and because we make everything, there is a waiting process involved. So, people have to understand you got to go with the flow of nature. Like, a herbal extraction takes 4 to 6 weeks to process. Yeah. Like, it's stuff in the back. Nothing can be done yet, right? So, but I think Love Bomb, I must say.
Yeah, Love Bomb has been
Love Bomb for a liquid, I think, is one of the heavy hitters, right? For the teas, Ease. People love Ease. Maybe Ease. It might be. I'm not sure. It really depends
on the day. But people also like WTF. So we have a tea called WTF.
I
Right?
love that tea.
It's it's the exact tea for I don't know what's wrong, but something ain't right.
Yes.
So people come in and get WT because you be like, what happened? Yeah. So when you wonder what happened, you might need a little WT.
Like I have a headache, I got body aches, and I'm a little inflamed.
And I just got
general malaise. Yeah, you need WTF. It has linden, meadowsweet, and chamomile. Yeah. And all of those herbs address those issues, right? So those are, I don't know which tea. It really depends on like how you feel and what's going on. And for the powders, I don't know, but I would say if you're just getting, I don't know, it's between Good Green is a wonderful everyday powder. Shrine, they all have different purposes. Yeah, right. So I really don't know which one. MCM, I mean, it really depends. It depends on the week or who it is and who comes in. I feel like sometimes the shop will have a theme for the week.
I love it. And y'all see it like this. We want this tea week. Look.
Like last week, it was like hormonal balance theme. We had a lot of moms come in.
Somebody drinking WTF tonight.
Yes, moms coming in. People who were getting, like, for nursing mothers, it could be some hormonal, like, that was the theme last week. This week, I feel like everybody's working on some levels of nourishment and immune system.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, I feel like the shop is themed weekly, and then we're like, oh, wow. Yeah. We don't have any more of that right now.
Well, listen, everybody, you're watching ABE Black Business Live. Our highlighted Black woman guest for Woman Month is Nakia and Taahirah, sisters and owners of Dope Botanicals, located 257 South 20th Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's in Philly, it's in Rittenhouse, Upper Center City, whatever you want to call it. But they in the house. They right in the center of everything. So you can go over to West Philly, you can go over to South Philly. Wherever you in the center. You want to go that way, you go in North Philly. Go ahead.
And we are Wednesday through Sunday. We are not open on Monday and Tuesday because we make everything and we need time to process, jar, and bottle.
Don't bring your ass down there on no Monday or Tuesday. Don't bring your ass down there and talk about Mika told me to come. Don't do it. Mika telling you it's Wednesday through Sunday. Tina told you and Nakia told you. Don't. And then you can watch this when you say you went. I'm gonna send you this. Don't bring your ass to Dope Botanicals on no Monday or no Tuesday, and that's just what I'm gonna send you.
Yes. And we are working on our online store. We will announce when it opens on Instagram, and we're curating the best way for us to service everyone so that it makes sense for us, so that you can get things when they're available and how the best way it can work so we can all be happy. Something we can live with and provide for you, and something that you can purchase. You can purchase from us and feel happy.
Just real quick, just want to talk and just want to touch on your press. Like, your press has been off the phenomenal for your store. So let's just talk about that real quick. After we talk about the press, I mean, I just want to talk about the partnerships and pop-ups you've been having. Just to shout those out because you might have one coming up, and then we can end it out. Oh, and we still have to answer that question. Would you, if someone DM'd you, would you, okay? So let's talk about the press. How do you get all this press? Like, I knew it. Like, as soon as I said, y'all, that's it. Go ahead.
We opened November 27th. So every day I would just say we had to take it slow until we figure out what we're doing. Right? So we didn't seek any press at all. We had no desire to seek press right away because we knew that we were in a heavily foot trafficked area. But what happened was our customers talk about us to their friends, and their friends do other jobs. And I think it really kind of started with Philly Mag.
Yes. So
she told us that her homegirls come in here and they love Dope Botanicals, and she wanted to talk to us. And I feel like that was the thing that got the ball rolling. And somehow everybody found out about Dope Botanicals, but we didn't seek out any press.
No,
we don't have a PR person. We don't have any of that.
So it all started from word of mouth, had a wonderful customer experience, and then it made its way to someone's friend who was talking about Dope Botanicals, and she was an editor at Philly Mag, and she reached out to us, and we were like, okay, sure. And
but you have to be ready. You have to be ready. Mm-hmm. And y'all, I mean, your spot looks amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Y'all are beautiful already, inside and out. right? And then you are in a prime location with people
Yeah.
that are working, like are doing
Mhm.
other things. And that, I'm not talking about just white people. I'm talking about black,
Everybody,
everybody.
yeah.
You're in a melting pot type area, but they are working. Like
Yeah.
you are in Center City. People come to Center City to work, get something done, or take care of their business or whatever.
Yeah.
So like you have the prime target market. Like you picked the prime place to, like, that place found you found it,
Yeah.
and you made it, and that is your press.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
And then Judy and Robert from
Judy and
Sazon.
Robert, our homies from Sazon to Go and the Chocolate Alchemist, they told people come over to the store, and they told Alicia Bittarelli to come over and talk to us, and that's how FYI Philly found us, because they know her well. They did a lot of work with her, so that goes into our pop-ups, like the Chocolate Alchemist. We gotta have another pop-up with them soon. We have some folks in Kennett Square from Will and Dad's Microgreens. So microgreens, they're gonna come, and if you are not into microgreens, you should get into them. These are greens that are done from seed and sprouted at like a peak freshness, and you can add them to sandwiches, salads. You can eat them. You can put them in your smoothies. So we're excited to have them come in. We have some people. We met a wonderful woman from them who she does sprouted almond milk. Yeah. So these are things that align like with our branding and things like that. So if we know how you source and what you do, and it makes sense, and it's not something that we already sell, you know, we definitely like to talk to people about that. We don't sell any products except for ours in store, but we like to create a community atmosphere sometimes with pop-ups. So we don't do them often, but when we do, they're good.
Oh, they were really, I mean, they were, that's what I'm saying. Like your Instagram always shows what you're doing. The power of partnerships. Let's talk about it. So these pop-ups, they get you into a whole nother audience, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't your audience, and then you get them into an audience, and that sometimes pays more than any pop-up could ever pay, right?
Yeah. Like we had a pop-up, Groovy Deliciousness popped up, and some of the people who were picking up their pastries from her, then they became like customers because they lived in the area, in the neighborhood. So it is like, and right now we want to focus on pop-ups that do work like synergistically, health and wellness wise. So most definitely, like we do love that because we like to see things where people are doing high quality, wonderful work. Yeah. And we're very great at
high-end things that work, you know, for people, and then they have a good business sense, and they know kind of they know their product. They know their product well. They know what it does. They're able to explain it. They've been working in it for a long time, and that is helpful for the body because now we realize that sometimes people come along, they think, oh, this is just for sick people. No, it's not. This is not for sick people. Like, this is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle in the point where who don't want their mood to be on point all the time? Who don't want to feel good all the time? It's not once you get a fever, you got pneumonia, you diabetic, you got... No. You need to have herbs and plants in your daily life as much as you can, all the time. And that's why we're here. Because we combat a lot of stuff living. Just waking up every day, you fighting something off. Especially in the city. Yes, whether it be the stress, and stress is the #1 killer of your immune system. If you're highly stressed out, your body cannot be the wonderful defender that it is to fight off everything else. So you gotta combat stress, and stress is a killer of not only the immune system, but of just your body, your organs, whether that affects your blood pressure, your kidneys, your gut health. So we really like that. That's our big thing of using herbs every day, the medicinal properties of them to fuel you.
Well, your juices, bully juice, sucker free. I mean, these names. your beautiful refrigerated juices. Like people could come in, y'all sell out of those so quickly. If they don't have time to get one made up, they could come and grab them. But people probably be buying 10 or 5 at a time.
Yeah.
Because they look delicious. Workaholic is one. The names that you choose are so beautiful. I also would just like to congratulate you for being one of the women of substance and style. Jones is Chef. So congratulations, sister.
Thank you.
We often when you're doing the work, you are doing the work. But it's great when you could be acknowledged for your work.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I said, y'all, like I hope y'all enjoyed that ceremony. How was it?
It was nice, and it was one of our somebody who comes into the shop. She comes in and she told them about us.
Yep.
So this neighborhood has been so supportive.
Yeah, it was totally unexpected. And then she was like, I nominated y'all. We was like, oh, we didn't know. So it has been like the people who come in, they are the dopest.
Yes.
They support.
Yes.
We have had like such wonderful customers.
Yes.
From day one, even before all the press, like
From the day we opened the doors, we had regulars.
Yes.
So
which is like we
From
love.
the day we opened the doors, I mean it's unimaginable. But from
Dope Squad, y'all got a Dope Squad. I mean, the name. I say this to say, right? Even through this thing we call technology and these phones and Instagram, it's still a spirit. Everything has energy, right?
Yes.
Your name, that name, baby, gives off some energy that I can't even explain. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So you're going to have your one-offs, but that name, baby, is going to give you everything you need.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Let me say this. I have known Nakia Johnson forever. And I'm so happy and so proud to see what you're doing with ABE. And to know that, like, I mean, over many conversations, even if I'm like, just do something, go ahead, go out there, go do it. And this is so decent. So to spotlight people and be as selfless as you are and big people up and be the ultimate hype man for all these businesses and telling people how they can, really learn and change themselves through businesses and putting people on that may not have a large audience. It's amazing. We love it. We love it. So I gotta order my hoops.
Oh yes, thank you. Listen, how it's so crazy because I don't know if you listened to Earn Your Leisure with Steve Harvey.
Yes, I did.
When he talked about, like, he said, I just want to let y'all know, it was at the end, he said, I just want to let y'all know that Steve Harvey, all these people we talk about are Black people. When they say, Wells Fargo say they don't have no C-level, they don't have these people, they're right in your face.
They right in your face.
Everybody that I have had on this show is elevated, professional, stuff looks great. If they don't have a website, still professional in the process of getting you your things.
Right.
I have never had somebody come back to me and say, I didn't get my stuff. I didn't like how they talked to me. My stuff didn't work. I mean, just the professionalism, even like when you talk about, like, this is high quality herbs.
Yes.
When people talk, Serena was on and she was talking about her patents, like, it's different kind of paper. Like, all of these things we always trying to think of luxury as Gucci and this and that.
Yes.
No, it's luxury right here that's accessible.
Yes.
Your place is luxurious. It looks luxurious, but I'm talking about the quality of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what we said. But your body is the most luxurious possession you own.
Woo!
If you don't take care of your body, where you gonna live? Yeah. It's the most luxurious possession we own.
Well, your mom, y'all raised y'all different. You always cotton. The clothes you wore was always. It wasn't like quantity. It was quality. Always. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's like it's that thing that you want. you want to pass on to the next generation. It's okay to have quality things. It's okay to, not have a lot, but what you have is quality.
Yes.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yes.
you don't have a lot, but what you have is going to last you. It's going to keep you. It's going to take you day to day. It's going to do these things for you, which is why we're here, right? Dope Botanicals. These things are going to give you luxurious life.
Yeah.
It's just luxurious life. Just some key takeaways. Water. You can put a tea on it. You can put lemon in it. It's the water.
Yeah. For sure.
You can put the greens. You can put the mushrooms in it, baby. Whatever. It's the water.
Yeah.
Start here. Base. Start. Water. Then you have your teas, the bark teas, right? You want to boil those. All the instructions are on Dope Botanicals.
Yeah, and it's on the packaging.
It's right on the packaging. So those ones with the bark, you boil. The other ones you can steep like regular tea.
Yes.
Then we go into the powders. And the powders I love because we are more in tune with powders, right? So you can put them in smoothies. Baby, they done said you could put it in your soup. That mushroom, baby, my lips started like,
Yeah. You can do that. I mean, you can lift it in your purse. You can put that in your purse.
And then that's the liquid. You lift it. They recommend lifted that you keep it in your purse because lifted is one of those things that has, what does it have in it that you
The liquid has eleutheru, rhodiola, and holy basil, which are all adaptogenic herbs. So adaptogens are a class of herbs that help us metabolize stress better. So what they do is they keep the body in balance. Every works different, but the key is stress metabolism. Like, how do you metabolize stress, right? Yes. Can you handle it? Does stress wear you down? How can we make our body more resilient? And
put it up, Nakia, put that up. They even did a dropper on there because they want you to put it in your purse. Put that shit in your purse. Put it under your tongue. Look at the dropper. The dropper tells you what you need to do with it. Even though they have the instructions on it. But they really want you to get that so you can keep it in your purse so you can function better.
Yes. And we like to talk about a lot of anti-aging and all that stuff is popular, right? But oxidative stress is like, that will age you. Yes. That stuff wears you down. Yes. So get good stuff in your body. Yes. Right? So sometimes we think we could cure things topically. But it's from the inside out. Your skin is your largest organ. And most of the time when you have stuff erupting out of your skin, it's because something's going on in the inside. So let's address the inside. Then you go see a wonderful person who could be your esthetician. They could take care of that part. But you got to work from the inside out. Because they can't work miracles on you when you got trash inside. No. We asking for too much. you got to have some accountability. So we say, you got to work from the inside out.
The OE is elderberry. And when the pandemic hit, everybody was saying, you couldn't even find it nowhere.
You couldn't find elderberry. That's true. You have to be careful because a lot of people are telling you that they have elderberry syrup, but it could just be blue sugar water.
Ooh.
Right? So it's purple drink. I don't know what that is, right? But like these, and I'm not saying that to say that people don't make really good things. I'm sure they do. But we've also combined it with some other herbs that work really well. So a lot of times when you go to places like over the counter, I'm talking about big box chains, not necessarily what somebody was making for you, but sometimes these big box, like mass manufactured, highly produced things, it's not even elderberry syrup anymore. It's just something that's a little bit sweet. It doesn't have a medicinal property. Like the same thing with the oat milk we use, right? We had to search high and low because we couldn't make one more thing and keep our speed up, right? So the oat milk we use is an organic oat milk, but it uses the whole oat. If you read the back of some of these vegan milk products,
you'll find out that it's endocrine disruptors and it's white liquid masquerading as something for you to put on your cereal, but it's not good for you. So even when we source, we make sure we find the very best. So we don't have any trash products here. If it don't make sense, we won't have it.
Amen.
We just
Amen.
won't have it. Like if we can't have this oat milk or something that's comparable to it, then you won't have it.
Listen, we didn't even get to talk about your bar because it looks so beautiful. First of all, that all white, like this, like it just looks so clean and just it looks like fake. Like because I'm a stylist. So you style food and you go to a kitchen and the kitchen is is just for styling food. That's when y'all do your stuff. It looks so awesome. So when you talk about the goat milk and the different milks and the different, when you make these elixirs and smoothies and different things like that, what are your base liquids that you use? And do you put the different things that's in the shop in the smoothies?
Yes. So at our herb bar for the smoothies, right now we have 3. We have Green Colada, the Cobbler, and Bliss. So Green Colada, the liquid we use in that is just wonderful triple filtered water because we won't give you no Philly tap. So if you see me pulling out bottles, it's because it's from the back where we filter the water out. We won't do that to you. We won't give you organic products and then Schuylkill punch.
No.
So we won't do that. And then in the other ones, we do use the Willa's Original Oat Milk, which is literally whole oats, vanilla extract, and a touch of salt. That's it. That's all that's in those ingredients.
Oh.
In the herbal lattes, we use their barista blend. In their barista blend, they use maple sugar as the sweetener, and they use sunflower oil instead of canola to thicken it so that the steamer, can give it some body and it doesn't just totally destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the milks that we use, and then everything else is what we mix up.
It's an herbal base.
It's a herbal base, whether it be your not coffee, which is a herbal base of roasted dandelion root, chicory, carob, maca, with our 7 mushroom blend sweetened with maple syrup and a touch of, the oat milk barista blend in there.
Now, is that like a tea? Is that hot? Is that cold?
It's like a latte. It's just a coffee-free latte. Yep, but it's a little coffee adjacent. It tastes a touch like reminiscent of coffee.
Okay.
That one does. Then we have like our matcha latte.
I love
which
matcha.
Is our on it. Yup, is matcha cacao and rose. We have
and that cacao is the thing that's in the chocolate?
Yes, the cacao is the chocolate. Yup. And then we have the happy pill, which has shatavari, masuna, ashwagandha. So ashwagandha is an adaptogenic herb, right? And that helps the body cope with stress better. Masuna is known as the dopamine bean. Masuna naturally contains 5% L-Dopa, which is the amino acid responsible for making us feel happy and feel good, right? And then shatavari is a hormone balancer. So we do that one. And we also have our G milk, which is our golden milk latte, which has some other stuff in it. So it's turmeric, fresh pressed ginger juice, lucuma, ashwagandha, Hisho Wu. So it has some longevity herbs in there, anti-inflammation herbs. So it has all the good stuff to make you feel good. It's sweetened with a little coconut sugar, and it's highly spiced, and it packs a punch. And then the tonics, 2 tonics we always have, which is High C and the Switch. High C is our rose hips, hibiscus, fresh pressed ginger, galangal, orange peel, cinnamon. So it's super high in vitamin C. Mm-hmm. We have the Switch, which is fresh pressed ginger, fresh pressed turmeric, apple cider vinegar, and a touch of maple to sweeten it. That's good for anti-inflammation and digestive health. And our 3rd tonic rotates. So whether it be Cool Killer, Workaholic.
Somebody love Cool Killer.
I know.
Somebody in here like Cool Killer. Talk about Cool Killer. Cool
Killer.
Yes.
Cool Killer, which I'm hoping that might be the time for next week.
Yes. Only if the pineapples are ripe.
Only if the pineapple's ripe. So it's fresh pressed pineapple juice, linden, chamomile, and peppermint. So it's cold brewed peppermint and chamomile. So when you cold brew your herbs, instead of like boiling them in hot water, you get a sweeter taste, and you extract like all the essential oils come out. It's
But
not
you
as
don't destroy them in the
astringent,
heating process.
and you don't destroy them in the heating process. So they're cold brewed overnight.
So every herb has its own treatment, and that's some of the things I feel like when people come in, you know, we have a couple goals that we want to meet. We want to make sure that when you, by the time you open that door, that you've had an excellent customer service experience, right? Like we want the customer service and your experience that you had in Dope Botanicals to be everything. So we make sure that you have a great experience here with us. The next thing is that we want you to learn something, like learn something that you didn't know before. And then the third one is that, you know, that you make a purchase and that you enjoy what you've had, you know?
Amen.
So
I love it.
this week we had Amped. That was our cold tonic for this week. But it's only like 2 amps left because they ran away off the shelf.
Now the cool tonics, is that refrigerator that I keep talking about?
Yes.
I can't wait to come. I want to be in that refrigerator. That refrigerator calling my name. I do not know why, but baby, that refrigerator. I think that is so cool that you have the refrigerator and you have the bar. So like, that's why I said it in the commercial. It's like if you want to go, boom, I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
But if you got a little bit of time, you know, like to order your stuff.
Yeah.
You can get it, you know, made by y'all, and then learn a couple things while you're getting it made.
Yeah. So you could get a grab and go. Like the amp this week was Gaiwasa, yerba mate, ginseng, goji berries. These are all herbs that work to give you energy, right? And some of the caffeinated herbs. So the amp was our energy tonic of the week. So that was the third one.
And then we put cool stuff on them. Like amp was for when you need the ante up. You know what I mean? If you need to be the beauty, the beast, or both, then you might need amp this week. So sometimes we gotta play all the roles in our life, and we need energy to do it.
I mean, the reason why these names are so super cool and dope is because these are people that we always talk about the culture. No, it's in them, it's not on them. This hip hop thing, this you know, this culture that they call it, you know, do it for the culture. No, this ain't on them. It's in them, and you could tell.
I tell people all the time, I'm like, listen, you don't understand. I said I can't tell you when hip hop at the golden age, we was there. I can't tell you. Like
Biggie asking us for gum. Let's just stop. Let's
just stop right there.
Let's stop right there.
Let's just stop right there. Let's stop right there.
So that's why these names are so cool. Because it's in them, it's not on them. And Taahirah, we was going to kidnap you with the candy bunny. We was going to New York, child. We would have been back in like 5 minutes.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, from having a older sister, you know, you learn so much. Yeah. We had you with us a lot, and that transfers over. So that's what I'm saying about this generation. Like, you know, I remember being in the back of your dad's car, you know, listening to Sade. You get what I'm trying to say? And him playing it. First of all, we crazy. Can you play it again, Mr. Stiff? Yeah, he will play it. Now, listen to what I'm saying. Mr. Stiff was stone cold. You didn't play with him, okay? You ain't even look side. You did what he said when you did it. He was a man. Something that these people now need. But anyway, all of that goes into why you are so dope. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, both of y'all, all of those things, all of those memories, all of those motions, all the way you move, all of those things added up to this. So what it is compound interest right now. Yeah. Y'all just getting all of that compound interest back, and it's coming back, and I love it.
Thank you.
This is your lifestyle. This been your lifestyle when it wasn't in. Yeah. I was a kid's friend when it wasn't in.
Yes.
You know, I can't eat this. I can't eat that. I can't whatever. You were like, you know, huh? Now it's in, and you can, and the timing is right. Everybody's open to it. Everybody needs it. and we need it even more after this pandemic. We could go on and on forever. This was like one of my favorite interviews, and I knew it was going to be.
This is the first time we've ever gone live, so this is fun for us.
Yeah, this I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be. It's informational. It's interesting. We had a steady. Our people stay on the longest. Like usually on lives, people go in and out. Our numbers been steady the whole time. I'm looking at that. Y'all not looking at that, right? People been engaging in the, in the chat. People been, hearting. When I say heart, that means that they're there, and present. And it's Women's Month. Just two dope sisters. You don't see that a lot, sisters working together. You get what I'm trying to say? Can you touch on that? Like, touch on that real quick.
Well, I think it's interesting. I mean, once you graduated from college, you're trying to figure out what you're gonna do, which way you're gonna go, and a couple things kind of didn't really, I guess, pan out, or I felt like she was stuck a little bit, like trying to figure some stuff out. And I said to her, maybe we're supposed to do something.
Amen.
Maybe we're supposed to do something together.
Amen.
And that's, I think, how we really started trying to work toward our ideas together.
Yeah.
So we work very differently.
Yes.
She's a regulator. A regulator.
Regulator!
Yes, mount up. She's a regulator. She's like a compliance officer. She's a regulator.
I make sure everything is on track.
Well, I'm more like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm all like, I got a big idea. All I can see is the vision.
Yes.
I'm like, just leave and put me in the lab, and I can create whatever we need created. I can come up with all the stuff, But even early on, she's like, no, we need to standardize this. Everything has to be standardized. And, it's really helped us. So she keeps me on track for stuff like that. Like all of our tinctures are, we could either do them like what's called the folkloric method, where we just kind of estimate. Well, that's cute in your kitchen, but it's not really cute if you're trying to scale a business.
Yeah.
So really taking the extra time to do serious weight to volume measurements. It's a laboratory back there with a lot of different things that we need to be able to make our products. So I think that we work differently, and I think she needs me to be a little more like this, but I can't do it. It's just impossible. And I just asked her to please give me a little bit of grace, and not like step all over me, so that I can get the vision out.
Yeah.
So I think every day we learn how to work with each other a little bit better. And we're co-bosses. So,
Amen.
So that's a thing, like trying to figure out and understand what the other person has to say. And if we can't work it out, then we just gotta go to therapy. But we're stuck with each other.
Yeah. Well,
we're married at this point.
Yeah, we sisters and we married on business paper, so that's just what that is. So we stuck with each other, and if something happened, then we just gotta go to counseling. But that's it for that. And I am very much a regulator in making sure everything is in compliance. But I do put my marketing degree to use.
Amen.
For that part of the aspect for creativity and thinking of names and like fun stuff.
Yes, Cheetah thinks of a lot of the names. I'm like, give me a name.
And catchy and punchy stuff like that, but making sure that we are on track for success and
for
scalability.
Is to scale. We want to scale.
And so with herbalism, like we said before, some of these things take time to process. So making sure we can replicate, that we can process this in bulk batch, so that these things can be available online, and that they are not just, we have this out this week or that out that week, so that it is available for you to purchase and vary,
and that your love bomb is the same every time.
Every time.
Yeah. You go somewhere, you be like, Dad, this used to be good.
Oh, we know that's number one thing with Black businesses. People say, especially with the food, that you go one time and it's like this, and you go one time and it's like that. And I think that's when you, like you said, that's when you start getting more into quantity instead of quality. You rather
Yes.
say, come back next week, or this might not be here next week. But when
Yeah.
it comes in, we're going to let you know, because it's going to be Dope Botanicals quality. That's
Yes.
the inspector part in you, and the Nakia, just knowing that you want to give a great product every time.
Yes, and we're happy that everybody has been patient with us, and they understand. I mean, our business is just like 120 days old.
Yeah.
Amen.
So we didn't know they would sell that well. So we didn't know we needed to up quantity, like, you know, fourfold. We had no idea. So
we're learning.
So we're learning, and it's been,
but everybody's been patient.
Everybody's been patient. Everybody's been kind and understanding. So now we know when Love Bomb comes back out, it's quadruple the amount. Because we know that people,
and it's sold out.
It's sold out. And it's
already sold out.
You can really be 5 years to an overnight success.
Yeah.
Amen.
Because people only see this part. They don't know all the other stuff that you had to go through to do it. So we have to really be patient and kind to ourselves during these journeys.
That's why I do this show.
I see Stephanie.
Oh, yes.
Yes, everybody,
Sagittarius. We are both fire signs.
So. Yes, Sisters in Business in South Philly, Center City. Much success, peace, and blessings. Amazing interview. Love you guys. No school kill punch, LOL. Get good stuff in your body. Somebody said. I mean, these comments, everybody been loving it. What's next for Dope Botanicals? I know you're the e-commerce side, but what's I know you said some pop-ups, but
we got a couple things next. We're working on merch.
Yes, we're working on merch. Getting our merch wall up, growing some of the products that are brewing in the back, getting those out. Some digestive tonics, some more.
We have so many more products to drop.
Yeah, we have a lot more products to drop, a lot more formulas to release. The fiber blend, the digestive tonics, the cycle helpers. You suffer from cramps, heavy bleed, all that stuff.
We have a lot with our customers now. What's become really interesting is people now come in with different things that they need. So when we know that this is an issue for maybe 10 or 12 people, hey, Uncle Alan, when we know it's an issue for like 10 or 12 people, then we have to create a formula around that, you know? So that's some of it. Doing some very small workshop intensives or different things for people. Working on our production, possibly hiring somebody who we can train that wants to work, because people come to us wanting these little cute jobs of, I want to be an apprentice, and Tita just said today, no, we can't pay you to come here and learn. Right?
Like, we need help with things. Like, production is a big thing.
You're working for me. I'm not working for you.
That's right.
It's a thing because, like, we
people see this and they think it's cute. They think it's just like part-time witchery and potion making.
You working for me. I'm not working for you.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, we get some of that and we're like, we don't have time to do that portion at all. What we do need help with is production. Like, that's the part we need help with. We don't have the time to, like, show somebody, like, all the studies in the way. Like, we're very busy on trying to get things out. So that's not something we could do right now.
It's not an apprenticeship.
Yeah, we don't need an apprentice. We need somebody who wants to get paid to help.
Right, like sweep the floor.
Yeah.
Wash the bottles. Put the labels on.
Yeah, all the stuff we do. Right now, this place is run by 4 hands.
Like these bottles.
Let me see.
And you see those, we gold dip all of these caps in wax. Like, so we do things because we want you to feel good and have a beautiful product and be luxurious. And you to feel good when you put it in your body. But these are not showpieces. We want you to use them. Use them every day. And so that's kind of what we're looking for. So we've exceeded our goals for this quarter.
Amen.
And we're in
Wait, let's stop. Congratulations. Put some hearts in the comments.
Yes,
You
yes.
exceeded. Don't brush over it. Say it one more time for the one time.
We exceeded our goals for this quarter, and now we have to create new goals. So we have our yearly goals, which we do, and then we have our goals for every quarter. And those things are really important to know how your business is trending, what's on track for it. So these are important exercises that you have to engage in, especially if you have a business partner, right? Because we should be on the same page all the time. So we have our big picture, which is what we want to see by the end of the fiscal year, December 31st. But then each month has a goal, and each of those months make up a quarter. So did we meet our quarterly goals? If not, what do we have to put off, or was that realistic? And making the goals smart. So we made sure all the goals were measurable, that they were achievable, that they had a timeline on them, and that they were sustainable goals that we could make sure that we could really hit them. And this is the thing about your goal setting. You have no idea, but you gotta write it down anyway.
Say it one more time.
You have no idea what you're going to be able to accomplish, but write the goals down and make it manifest, because it's the paper, it's the pen.
Right? When she say write it down, when she say write it down, millennials, when she say write it down, she mean pen and paper. Not in your iPad, not in your phone, not in your textbook, not write it down on paper and pen or pencil.
That's right.
Correct?
Yes, and then put it on a spreadsheet. Put it on a spreadsheet so you can keep it, So it's not always easy. We're not exactly where we want to be, but we got stuff to look forward to.
Amen.
And those are the things. It's magic.
Listen, so writing down your goals,
yes,
give you something to look forward to. Did you hear what she said? So even like, y'all exceeded your goal. Great. I'm like, that's what I said. Put the hearts in the comments. Don't over that. Because I just think us as a people, sometimes we just no. You got your award for Joe Shep. Yes. You exceeded your goal. Yes. If ain't nobody ever say yes to yes.
Thank you.
You get what I'm trying to say? So, but even if you didn't, it's giving you something. Oh, I ain't do it this time.
Yeah.
Yo, I got something to look forward to instead of beating yourself up about.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up. Because
Give
there's
yourself
things
break.
that happen outside of your control. So then you gotta go back, you gotta retool, restructure, and do it again. Or maybe the goal has to change. Maybe the goal wasn't realistic. Maybe it's not where you need it to be right now. But you gotta have goals. Yeah, you gotta have goals.
So and it's wonderful just to know where you're at and trending, and like looking back and saying, I did that. It feels good to know you set something and you're able to look back at it and say, we did that. Oh my God. Not only did we do that, we exceeded that. So it's wonderful. You have to write those things down. Like we know we have to come up with goals for we did a yearly outline. We have to go review some of that stuff, look back at it, look at the
by the time March 31 comes around, we gotta get into the second quarter.
We gotta get into the second quarter. We know we need the merch up. We know we need other things like branded stuff for the shop. So it's always growing. The other part, I think sometimes I don't think we touched on this, because we're in a holistic business, right? Sometimes people want it to be like super duper airy fairy, right? And that's fine and all of that is very real, although it's airy fairy. But from the perspective of once you run in a business, you run in a business. Like you got bills, you got stuff to meet, we have vendors to make orders from, we got suppliers to pay. So you have to be very in tune that it's a business. And knowing how to just balance that with all the wonderful herbs, the healing, the metaphysical parts that make this shit run and make it go and do wonderful things. And then also getting down to the nitty gritty. So just making time and balance for that. And that's why we got headers 2 days.
Yeah, ain't that what Jesus told people? Faith without works is dead. It's the work that gets done.
It's dead as shit.
Yes.
It's dead as shit.
Like,
if nobody don't want to say that part, they don't want to know. They don't want to know that.
It's not just faith, it's the work.
They don't want to know that Jesus
It's the work. They don't want to talk about that.
Yep. What is it? The only thing between you and the goal is discipline. The distance between you and your goal is discipline. So Whether that means we here 18 hours to get it done, we gotta have something out we said we were going to have out on this show, we do that. Yeah. So it's just having the discipline, setting the goal, saying it's gonna be out, this is what we gonna do, we said this, and we grind it out and make it happen. And then once it's time, then we're like, okay, this makes sense, we can bring somebody on, this person can help us. We know what we're bringing them on for. A lot of times people, oh, you don't have any, we don't know what to even give them work to do yet because we haven't mapped that part out. Yeah. So we have to live in the business enough to be able to tell the person, this is how you can help me. Other than that, and they have to make the place feel like you. Yes. Right? When that's you run a business, they got to make it feel like us. If they don't make it feel how we feel in the business, then they're not the right fit for us. Yeah. Right? So take some time figuring out the right fit for your business and have your policies and procedures in order. Like, you're not just going to be calling out. Like, we have a policy for that. This comes from my other business life. Sorry. Of really understanding it. That's so important. So, we're to your point of it not being airy-fairy. No. It's got to be a real business that works. And we want to be able to pay people living wages, sustainable wages, and have Dope Botanicals not just live as a brand, but as a company. Yeah. Like, you should get a sick day. We understand humans get ill, right? Yes. But we don't want that to ever be an issue. So we're making sure that we're building this part right so that when the right person comes on and they come in, they feel good working here. Because when you feel good working here, we know that you'll service the customers who we love appropriately and properly and responsibly and give them the same feelings that we give them when they walk through the door.
The business part, I mean, like I said, your second generation of your business, the business acumen. A lot of people don't have that. You have a business, but you don't know how to actually run it, and then you start making money, and then you have to go back and figure out how to run this business, right? So y'all have that part. The policies and procedures she's talking about is because she runs another business. Her family had another business, and that's what she had to do. When people called out, they called Nakia when she's going to meetings. You get what I'm trying to say? So some people don't have that. So that's why I'm letting this go, because anybody that watches this that's an entrepreneur, a new generation entrepreneur, you're listening to two people that have a family. Your family business has been going on a long time.
Yeah,
so
it's been 31 years.
31 years. Not even, that's just like, yes, like it's unthought of for black businesses. Just sorry to say that, right? So 31 years experience passed down to Nakia and Taahirah. So when they're telling you these things, you're not getting it from a book. You're not getting it from a Caucasian book, or someone that doesn't look like you telling you this, or a man telling you this, because most of the entrepreneurs are women. Like the biggest, is us. So you're looking at, even if you're a woman or you're black, you're hearing it in the tone, in the way represented by people that look like you, and it has experience behind it. It's not these new millionaires, these new, it's experience. 31 years.
No, it'll be 31 in June. Yeah, in June.
31 exact. So I mean, this has been amazing. This is what this is for. People need to hear black stories. Yeah. And it's different when somebody writes an article. Somebody can write the article as beautiful as they want. First of all, people don't read.
Yeah.
People like pictures, and people don't read. You will put everything right there. My store is at da-da-da-da-da. You post that picture, they're going to say, where your store at?
Yep.
Right? So that's number one. And that's what you got to meet people where they at. If you're not reading it, now come on here. Listen to these people's stories, because 9 times out of 10, it's going to help you. Mm-hmm. Somewhere in your life, it's recorded so you could play it for somebody else. Somebody else can just happenstance, because of these phones and the technology, can happenstance put in something and come across it. How many things have you came across like, oh, this was a good show? This live has been awesome, ladies. I know it's like 11 o'clock. This live has been
for
awesome.
having us. We are so grateful. And so appreciative. Yes, it was our first time going live. Yes,
oh,
so have us back anytime.
Yes.
So I always let the highlighted Black business end this out. So I would like y'all to end out our show. Taahirah, you go first. Nakia, you go last, and then after that, we gonna deuce it out.
Okay. Oh well. So wait. What we supposed to do?
Just last thoughts. Last
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you to everyone who has joined and listened. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you to all of our customers who come in and trust us with our advice and put in a bit of their help in our hands. We truly appreciate it. And we understand how deep of a responsibility that is. And thank you so much for giving us your money. Like, that's a big thing. I've never had the interaction before where somebody, I give them a good and they give me payment like this. So it's been a very deeply humbling experience that we really appreciate and that we love to see. And like when people come in and they say it's work for them and we get to work through things with them and like on this path to make them feel better, we truly appreciate it. And like it means so much to us. And thank you so much, Mika, for having us on here where we get to talk about it, get more background, share our story, and like highlight our products and like just share the story and feel good about it. So I'm just grateful and very appreciative of everything in the entire experience. Yeah, so thank you, Mika, for having us on. Yes. Thank you for creating this platform. Yes. You know, the energy that you have with it is perfect for you. It's perfect. I mean, it's perfect. It is who you are authentically. Yes. To be able to take people and be kind of like a weaver of stories, a storyteller, and somebody who for your whole life, you've been like the town crier. You can tell people what's going on. So to know that you could do that with fashion and business and merge the two, I love it. I'm so happy for you. Yeah. So I love it. I love the thought of it. I love the idea of it. Anything we could do to help, you know what I mean? Let us know. We love our customers. They've been so fantastic. Even some of the comments that I was able to see, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at everybody talking about their products. So we love that. And it is a responsibility, and we don't take it lightly. Yeah. So it's our goal to really give people the best quality stuff that they can have, and to be a resource and a bridge for people who are looking to feel good. So the shop is like part cheers, you know what I mean? Like sometimes we're like bartenders, you know. Yes. Yeah, it's like a little bit of cheers sometimes. If Cheers had like herbs and like not liquor, that's like the shop, the vibe of the shop, you know. And sometimes it's, you know, it's like it's music playing, it's a whole vibe. So it's just really exciting to be here. And for us, it's a culmination of a lot of life work that we were able to do that I think is pretty incredible.
Well, listen, to everybody that tuned in, this was the most steady people that I had, and we were on for 2 hours. I know you probably don't even know it, but we were on for 2 hours, and we had the most steady people that stayed in this live. I would like to say thank you. This is community herbs. This is a community thing. That's what they're building. They're building a dope community. Y'all not just customers. That's what I'm feeling. Y'all are a community, and they building it brick by brick, laying that foundation so good. And once that foundation is laid, they go and lay their e-commerce foundation. Once that e-commerce foundation is laid, they go and lay their wholesale. And once that wholesale doing, they go and branch out. And then once they branch out, they go and sell that shit and start something else. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And I'm going to watch it, and you are too. So listen, deuces. Thank you.
Yes.
ABE Black Business Live is every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. This month, Women's History Month. Our next guest, they had something else to do. That's fine. I don't know who's going to be next week. It might be me.
Yes.
But we have a great April. When I say we have a great April planned, y'all, our April is booked and it is banging. Okay? So we got some new Black businesses for you to learn about, hear about, and shop from. Okay? Everybody, go down to Dope Botanicals. It's in Rittenhouse. It's 257 South 20th Street, and that's Philly, PA. Okay? Put in Dope Botanicals. It's going to come up. All the press is going to come up. And thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks, Mika.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.